Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into a pretty dark and challenging philosophy. But we're not going to do it with some dense academic text. Instead, we're going to explore it through a parable, a story about a world in decay, and the strange, phantom-like figure who shows up to fix it.
So picture this, a whole society so completely obsessed with comfort that it's lost its way. These are people who've forgotten that an ending is what gives life any meaning at all. And into this world, well, a prophet arrives to correct its course.
Okay, so our story kicks off in this world that's defined by a beautiful but terminal decay. They call it the gilded cage of stagnation, a place where the human spirit, the will to become something more, just goes to die.
So what exactly is this gilded cage? Well, it's not a physical prison with bars. It's one they've built for themselves. It's this state of perfect safety and comfort where real struggle, that drive to become something greater, has been totally abandoned for, trivial nonsense.
And at the very heart of all this decay, you've got a place called the Abbey. It's literally a garden of hubris, where the elites think their curated luxury and fancy architecture have somehow let them cheat death. They're called the long-tired, and they're all just trapped in this stupor of agreement where comfort is the only thing that matters.
But into this stagnant peace, of course, something has to arrive to shake things up. We're not talking about a king or a revolutionary in any normal sense. This is a madman prophet, the prophet of the abyss, the Shadow Reaper.
You see, the Reaper isn't born, he's forged. His transformation into this phantasm of the abyss is a whole three-step process. It starts with a Faustian-style pact with a dark entity. Then, there's a forbidden ritual that's supposed to mirror the liquefaction of the soul. And finally, he gets a robe, one that's fashioned from the very idea of the mortality everyone else is ignoring. And this robe, it's his costume of truth. Think about it. It's woven from the physical weight of all that ignored mortality. It makes the end, the thing everyone's pretending doesn't exist, a real, tangible thing. It's exactly like the slide says, not merely a garment, but the essence of human endings manifested.
So, what's the Reaper's weapon? It's not a sword, it's not some magic spell. No, it's a devastating philosophical tool that he uses to take apart the gilded cage from the inside. This weapon is called the logic of zero. Its whole purpose is to strip away all the fake stuff, what the source calls the wax fruit of trivialities, all the distractions and empty goals. It forces a direct, unflinching look at the absolute truth of the void.
The logic all starts with a simple but frankly terrifying premise. He looks at every carefully planned life, every career path, every ambition, every single structure they've built inside that gilded cage, and he sees it as a conic section, just a beautifully defined arc.
And here's the devastating conclusion. The Reaper applies his logic and proves that no matter how elegant that arc is, the final variable is always zero. Every single path, every action just leads right back to the center of the void. It shows that all their striving is just fragmented whispers in a vacuum.
In this worldview, there's just no escape. The only thing with any real value left is the brutal honesty of the terminal shudder. And hope? In the face of this logic, hope is just the very last illusion to fade away.
Now, as you can probably guess, this philosophy puts the Reaper in direct conflict with the ruling ideology of the Gilded Cage. And that ideology has a face, a figure named Salvio Pallido, the so-called miracle worker.
Okay, so this is the core battle right here. It's two completely different ways of dealing with the abyss. Imagine a tightrope over a chasm. Pallido, the high priest of the polished floor, he tries to convince everyone it's safe by lowering the rope and just pretending the abyss isn't even there. But the Reaper? He forces you to look down. So the Reaper's whole mission is to dismantle Pallido's influence. He's like an internal jester, shattering the mirrors of self-deception, uncreating the masks of conformity that keep everyone comfortable, censored, and completely asleep. But here's the thing. This isn't just about nihilism. This destruction isn't the end goal. It's what's called a necessary annihilation, a brutal, but ultimately creative act.
The Reaper kicks off a process called self-undergoing. By forcing the civilization to finally confront the death it forgot how to face, he starts this ritual where they dismantle their tired, stagnant selves. It's meant to shift their spirit away from fatigue and towards a joyous yes to life's brutal necessities. And this is the whole point of it all. By tearing down the gilded cage in that stupor of agreement, by reaping the field of vanity, he's clearing a path. He's making room for something stronger to rise from the ashes, a new kind of human, the Overman.
So, why does this dark story matter? What are we supposed to take from this philosophy? The whole idea seems to be that the ignored mortality that the Reaper wears, the very truth everyone is hiding from, is the key. By forcing them to accept it, to destroy their vanity, he makes the act of striving meaningful again.
Ultimately, the Shadow Reaper isn't just an ending. He's a glittering end to the prologue. He's the force that confirms this stagnant world got the fate it deserved. And by clearing the stage, he leaves all of us with the ultimate question: what or who is going to come next?